Hi, it's good to see you. Today I thought it'd be nice to start off with some gratitude hand washing. And for that, we can use a song that we learned last time called Thank You for the Music. This is a song by the band ABBA from the 1970s. And I'm going to start off by singing it first, and then we can do it together with our hand washing. Of course, if you remember it already, please join in. All right? Oh, yes, and this one had the interesting melody that starts off with three of the same notes. Is it three? Thank you for... Yes. Thank you for the music. And then it does that interesting little descent. That means going down in half steps. Do, 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 do. Those little tiny steps. Isn't that interesting? All right, so here it is. Thank you for the music. Thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Thanks for all the joy they're bringing. Who can live without it? I ask in all honesty. What would life be without a song or a dance? What are we? So I say thank you for the music, for giving it to me. All right, let's do it together now for our hand washing. All right, we turn on the water, get our hands wet, turn off the water to save water, and add our soap. Okay, here we go. Thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Thanks for all the joy they're bringing. Who can live without it? I ask in all honesty. What would life be without a song or a dance? What are we? So I say thank you for the music, for giving it to me. All right, let's rinse off that soap. All right, and dry our hands. Okay, we dry them well. Well, today I would love to share a couple poems with you. And these poems are by one of my very favorite poets, a man named Shel Silverstein. I grew up reading this book in particular, Where the Sidewalk Ends. And I can remember I used to visit my grandmother's house a lot in the summer times, and she had this book. And I used to lie on the floor on my tummy in her living room and just read this book for hours. I just loved it. So, a little bit about Shel Silverstein. Well, there's a very interesting picture of him on the back cover. Here he is with his guitar. And this is what it says about Shel Silverstein. Shel Silverstein is the author of The Giving Tree. Have you read that book before? About the little boy and the tree and all the ways that the tree gives of himself. That's a great book, The Giving Tree. So Shel Silverstein wrote that book and many other books of prose and poetry. He also wrote songs, drew cartoons, sang, played the guitar, and loved to have a good time. All right, so this first poem has a great illustration, and I chose it because last time we were together, we listened to some wonderful orchestral music, little snippets of songs as we were trying to see what emotions maybe the songs were trying to convey or what they reminded us of as we listened. Well, this song is called not orchestra, but orchestra. Orchestra. Here it is. So, you haven't got a drum? Just beat your belly. So I haven't got a horn, I'll play my nose. So we haven't got any cymbals, we'll just slap our hands together. And though there may be orchestras that sound a little better with their fancy shiny instruments that cost an awful lot, hey, we're making music twice as good by playing what we've got. Well, and of course, you know that I love orchestral music, and I greatly admire all of the hard work those dedicated musicians put in with their fancy, shiny instruments, right? But there's something about the spirit of this poem that I really love, and I think that orchestral musicians would agree that the main idea is that if you want to make music, there's nothing that should hold you back. Anyone, even if they don't have a drum, they can just beat their belly, right? Or play a horn on their nose. Pretty fun, right? All right. Well, here's another poem. Oh, I did want to say that this poem, this book actually was published in the year 1974. Now, the next book, A Light in the Attic, is another collection of his poems, and this one came out in the year 1981. The poem in here that I want to read doesn't have an illustration, so I want to invite you to use some of those listening practices that we were talking about last time we met. So, if you'll remember, can you remember what we could do with our eyes while we're listening? Yes, you might find it helpful to close them. You don't have to, but sometimes closing your eyes when you're really trying to listen helps cut out anything in your room that might be distracting to you. So that's one thing you can do. You can also imagine that you are opening up your ears and even expanding them so that they can bring in all of the sound and ideas that you're trying to listen for. So that those things can go straight in through your ears and to your brain. And of course, our brain, we can invite our brains, this is the third thing, to open up and be ready to receive whatever we're hearing and be ready to be open to any images or ideas that your brain might be creating as you're listening. So please keep those things in mind as you listen. Are you ready to listen? Okay. This poem is called Put Something In. Draw a crazy picture, write a nutty poem, sing a mumble-gumble song, whistle through your comb, do a loony-goony dance, cross the kitchen floor, put something silly in the world that ain't been there before. I'm going to read it one more time. Again, this poem is called Put Something In. When I was reading last time, did any ideas come to your head or any images? Okay, let's listen again. Draw a crazy picture, write a nutty poem, sing a mumble-gumble song, whistle through your comb, do a loony-goony dance, cross the kitchen floor, put something silly in the world that ain't been there before. I believe that all of us have something inside of us, something that we can add to the world that's never been there before. And you know, this next song talks about that too. It's called You Gotta Sing. You gotta sing when your spirit says sing. This is an old spiritual song. It's been around for a very long time. And it talks about how, you know, there are just times in your life when something inside you is telling you, you gotta sing, and it needs to burst out of you. Or perhaps you need to dance. You just feel like dancing, right? So I'm gonna sing the first verse for you so you can hear what it sounds like, and then we will learn it together. Oh, but before I do, I'm gonna take a drink of water. Remember, drinking water is so important all the time, even when you're not singing. We should all really drink a lot of water. All right. Good. So this song sounds like this. You gotta sing when the spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the spirit says sing. When the spirit says sing, you gotta sing right along. You gotta sing when the spirit says sing. Nice, huh? So we repeat a couple times that first line. It sounds like this. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. And then for the middle line, it says, when the Spirit says sing, you gotta sing right along. And then the third line repeats again. The last line repeats from the beginning. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. All right, let's go back and forth with that a little bit now. Okay, just the words to start out. My turn first, and then your turn. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you gotta sing right along. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. Great. Now let's add the melody. Back and forth again. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you gotta sing right along. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. There you go. Great. Well, let's do the whole thing together now. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you gotta sing right along. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. All right. Well, what I love about this song is that with every verse, we're just repeating the same things over and over again, but we get to put in a new thing that our Spirit is urging us to do. All right, so we start off by when our Spirit is telling us to sing, we sing. And then the second verse is, you gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. Do you ever just feel like shouting, calling out? You know, sometimes when I visit the mountains, there's just so much wonderful fresh air and so much space that I just feel like going, Yahoo! Or shouting something really big, right? Does that ever happen to you? There might be other times in your life where you just feel like you've got to shout too. Well, let's sing that together. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. When the Spirit says shout, you gotta shout right along. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. Well, the next verse, verse 3 is, you gotta play when the Spirit says play. Well, we know what that sounds like. It sounds like you gotta play when the Spirit says play. Good, so that's play. I wonder if it means you gotta play like you gotta play a board game or play outside in your yard, or maybe it means you gotta play your ukulele or something like that. Play the ukulele when your Spirit says play. Maybe that's what it means. I don't know. I think it can mean whatever you think. It can mean something different to each person. So that's that verse. You gotta play when the Spirit says play. Well, for the fourth verse, it says you've gotta hum when the Spirit says hum. Do you know what humming means? Humming is pretty fun to do. I think that means maybe you're going through your day and you just get a little song in your head and you just feel like going, right? So it's where you have a song in your head and in your mouth, but your lips are closed. Nice little tune. So we sing, you gotta hum when the Spirit says hum, and then for the next verse, we hum the whole verse. We don't even say any words. We just hum it like this. Let's try that together. Let's do the humming verse. Sometimes I feel like my mouth is a little tickly when I hum that much. It's kind of fun. Oh, and then the last verse just goes back to, you gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You know, another thing I really like about this song is that you can change it so that it goes along with whatever your ideas might be. We've talked about that a little bit before, right? Changing the words to a song, making it new, making it go along with you. So, what's another thing that your spirit might urge you to do? Oh, what about clapping? What if you're really excited about something? You might feel like you just have to clap. You gotta clap when the Spirit says clap. Oh, or dance. Oh, sometimes you just feel like dancing, right? You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. So those are more verses you could add yourself. Well, for today, I think it'd be fun to sing the whole thing, and I'll just review the order that it goes in. All right, we can do it all together then. We start off with sing, and then there's shout, then play, then hum, and then we hum that verse, the next verse, and then we go back to sing. All right, let's do it. We start off with, you gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, here we go. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you gotta sing right along. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. When the Spirit says shout, you gotta shout right along. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. Okay, third verse is play, but let's do it a little higher. You gotta play when the Spirit says play. You gotta play when the Spirit says play. When the Spirit says play, you gotta play right along. You gotta play when the Spirit says play. You gotta hum when the Spirit says hum. You gotta hum when the Spirit says hum. When the Spirit says hum, you gotta hum right along. You gotta hum when the Spirit says hum. All right, back to sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you gotta sing right along. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. Ha! All right, thank you for singing with me. You know, I think sometimes you might be going through your day and your spirit might actually inspire you to sing a certain kind of song, or maybe you just get a certain one in your head and you just don't know where it came from. Well, lately I've been noticing the sun peeking through the trees a lot more, and that reminded me of this old song that I just loved when I was a little girl, called Oh Mr. Sun. Oh Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. This is a song by Raffi, that wonderful Canadian singer, songwriter, artist, musician. Good old Raffi. And I bet you probably have heard this song before. So I think we should just do it, sing it along together. And you know, if you don't know it yet, you can learn as we go. If you have a ukulele and you'd like to play along, this song uses just a few chords. The first chord that we're going to use for our introduction is a G chord. We'll do a little tremolo on the G for fun. And then it goes to the C chord, and then the F. And then it also throws in a G7 and a C7, just a couple times in the song. But it's mostly C and F, you'll find. So if you'd like to play, That would be fun too. Or you can sing right along. Okay, so here's Oh Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun. Let's get our G chord. Here we go. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind a tree. These little children are asking you, please come out so we can play with you. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind a tree. These little children are asking you to please come out so we can play with you. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on, please shine down on, please shine down on me. Oh, I love that song. You know, I was trying to think, what in the world should our question of the day be this time? And I just couldn't think of anything. So I talked to my family, and my daughter Maya had a great suggestion. So we're going to go with her idea. And so that means the question of the day today is, what's your favorite planet? Maya, who is 6, said that her favorite planet is Saturn. So there you go. What's yours? All right, well, let's end our time together today with our goodbye song. And of course, if you have your ukulele and you'd like to join on this one, for this one we use a C chord, a G7 chord, A minor, and our F chord again. Okay. Sing adieu, adios. Thanks for singing with me today. All right, here we go. Sing adieu, adios. Now our music ends. Sayonara, guten Tag, my